Hello everyone, it's Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my co-host here with me. Hi ladies.
Good morning.
It's Thursday, it's our Gistin day. How are you doing?
Good morning. We are
Nima.
fine. It was
What's good?
Fela's 20th anniversary of his death yesterday, and Auntie Annie was very displeased that we did not remember. Me, I remember. But we are very sorry.
Where were we 20 years ago?
In fact,
Primary school.
we pray that he continues to rest in peace. But this morning, I want to call the authorities to a dead body at Maltu. Lasma is standing just to the left of the dead body, and to the right as you're turning into to go on top the Oshodi Apapa Expressway, the bridge. That's climbing of the bridge. The dead body is just by your right. They covered his face and he's still there this morning. It's raining on him. Please, the right authorities should take care of the body.
Okay. How are you doing, Jumoke?
Excellent morning. I had an excellent event yesterday, VIP event hosting successful members of my team. I'm just grateful to God for the opportunities thereof, and yeah, I'm very, very grateful to God. You know, you just think that things are okay when you are in your comfort zone until you push just a little extra, you know, to do something outside of your comfort zone, and you realize how much potential God has put in you.
It's precisely what yesterday, no, 2 days ago, I was at the General Hospital Lasut, and man, it's the conditions. That's like Lasut is a teaching hospital. My son needed nebulizer, and each ward, that ward had 3. So it wasn't as if they did not have equipment, but none of them was working well. So we spent an hour thinking that it was being nebulized, and it wasn't, because the machine wasn't working well. Until I made them realize that, is this normal? It's not bringing out any oxygen or something. So they had to go to another ward to get it. And this is a pediatric building. The equipment are there. We can fix it. The matron said that she had written for them to fix it, and they haven't done it. I went online to check the cost. Each nebulizer cost 30,000 naira, Morayo. It's not that expensive. It's not that expensive, and it could be repaired, and it's not being done. So when there's and it can save lives. And then it's just we need to improve the condition of our doctors, because they are working under immense pressure. As in, I was there and I was thinking my son is under emergency. When I saw 2 other emergency cases, I had to just keep quiet. My mother was like, "Why you doing? What's your fear?" I'm thanking God. Be thanking God. I'm thanking God. I am thanking, because you will see situations that will make you realize that you should be grateful to God. Being sick in Nigeria is like
it's terrible. Should stop covering up. Whenever they have a journalist trying to do investigative journalism in the hospitals, they don't want to allow you in, because you know their bosses, somebody in the HSC, the Health Service Commission, is on their neck. So please don't come to our hospital. How do you know of this if you are not, you know, a journalist who had to use the place?
I don't have permission to talk about it, but we have a similar hospital issue also in family. So once I have the authority to talk about it, I'll mention it, because it's really pathetic.
As the leaders are able to fly abroad.
Yes, thank you, Jumoke.
Our medical services would never improve. How are you doing, Owa?
Thank you very much.
Eku Palemo.
People will not let me to talk.
No.
I'm very well, Mariah, and I'm excited. I had a very beautiful meeting yesterday.
Yay!
So Mr. Tokwe, thank you so much for hosting us. You know, I mean, there are some people that like just the rare gem in this country. They still have good people around, though. Trust me, they still have good people around. And interestingly, Jumoke, we're going to have a lot of things on our hands, because we've gotten entries from people at Polytechnic of Ibadan. There's Yabatech students applying for the
don't you have 70?
Yeah, it's 7 to 19.
So obviously things are going to
yes.
We have a news mention. Thank you. We have a news mention this morning. I think it's you actually did mention the 20 years of the passing of the Afrobeat legend Fela Anikulapo Kuti, who passed away. In commemoration of Fela's anniversary, we celebrate the life of the African legend. So I
also want to add that, you know, Fela died the same day that Professor Pello died. That's Morenike's dad. So our hearts goes out, and we know that they will continue to celebrate their.
All right, let's take a quick break now.
To life.
When we come back, we're going to look at the front pages of the newspapers. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So we're going to start with Punch. The analysts react as IMF says threats to Nigeria's economic recovery high. Economics still vulnerable, says NESG, Rewani and Teller. Picture here of students protesting in Anambra State against new transportation policy in the state. Nigeria to extend gas pipeline to Cote d'Ivoire will make Lagos third largest economy in Africa, says Ambody. Oshimbajo, go on, DSS won against hate speeches. We are not receiving pensions from states, says Fashola, Fayemi, and Ngige. Soldier kills Ogun motorcyclist for shunning him. FG seeks $550 million Chinese loan for satellites and others. Paris Club refund ICPC to release reports on state in 2 weeks. FG grants tax holiday to 27 industries. Ladoja, Lalao Akala send representatives to PDP meeting. And IDP sexual abuse. Police probe stalled as army shields indicted soldiers.
All right. The soldier that killed a motorist in Ogun State.
Yeah.
Agbado is in Lagos.
Sorry. Okay.
Agbado.
Well, they wrote Ogun there.
Yeah.
This motorcyclist rather went to visit his girlfriend around the Agbado area, and I think they were now going out. After they were going out, and this soldier accosted the guy, asking him for a ticket, and was saying that this ticket was not within the jurisdiction.
He went along with his friend to see his girlfriend and trying to get his friend another transportation out of the place so he could go with his girlfriend on his motorbike. He stopped this other guy and said, take my friend. And that one said, I don't have the ticket to go into the area in Ijaye with this person. I don't have Ijaye ticket. And because of that, he said, for refusing him, he
brought out a knife and started stabbing the guy.
Yes. Stabbed the thigh first and then stabbed the stomach and all over his body.
All over his body.
And tried to run away.
He has killed many people and nothing
He even stabbed the policeman trying to arrest him.
I'm glad they caught him, which is good. His picture is in the papers, so hopefully justice will be served.
Prosecuted.
Fashola has Fayemi and Ngige said that they're not collecting pensions that they never received. Well, Fashola actually said specifically that he had never ever received it before. He actually didn't accept it. Yes, it was offered, but he never accepted it. So,
and there are many others, and can they all speak out? So I'm happy that Fashola is saying specifically that he didn't accept it. There are many other people in position of power. Amechi, the speaker, the president of the Senate, Saraki. I wanted all of them.
He says that he will not receive any more.
Okay,
so he was receiving before.
Moving on to the nation. AGF, Attorney General Federation, demands EFCC's reports on serious cases. Minister may choose cases to try. Agency probes Senators' $34.5 million deal with NPA. $175 million foreign airlines funds trapped in Nigeria. Ambode works towards brings 10-lane airport road next month. Delegates stand for Ladoja Akala at PDP Parley. So
I have a major headline. The AGF, Abubakar Malami, has written the acting chair of the EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, saying to him to expedite all the serious corruption cases. And he was citing the EFCC code, saying that he hasn't gotten any reports. And people are saying that this letter to Magu may jeopardize the current anti-corruption drive of the president, because the AGF may decide which cases to prosecute and which cases to drop. But some of these cases have been going on for too long.
And the major case they actually citing was the one against Magu, right? That was the one he was trying to focus on. But I wanted to talk about the fact that most of the airlines are saying they have $175 million trapped in Nigeria, that they're not able to get those monies out.
Is that not a good thing for us?
No, it's not. No, you can't access it. They are unable to change it to dollar, and it's going to deter more foreign companies from coming into the country. If I can't get my investment back from your country, I'm not going to come.
Yeah. Okay, moving on now to Daily Sun. Badu, my story by arrested businessman, says, I have worshipped deity for 30 years. Uwa Zurike floats another Radio Biafra, that's in Germany. Will deal with agitators, says DSS. Reconstruction of Lagos airport roads begins next month. Nigeria to exit recession this year, says IMF.
Amen.
And students go wild, block Enugu Onitsha Road.
I have the Bado story. 2 days ago, the news broke about the business owner. His name is Mr. Alaka Bayomi. He owns a petrol station, and he said that he was arrested, that he wasn't in any way connected to Bado. He was called for questioning, and he honored the invitation, went to the police station, explained that he had nothing to do with Bado, and then the next thing was he was arrested and put into a van with pressmen, taken to his land and unveiled as a Bado man. He mentioned that he has a deity, he has deities he's been worshipping for 30 years, and that there are over 100 deities in Ikorodu area. So there's nothing strange in him worshipping a deity, that there's no link. And that the police should mention what based on what investigation have they linked him with Bado.
That did somebody mention his name?
I think this is a case of, because I took the story and I felt bad because we had gone for that training about, you know, the way you sensationalize headlines.
Yes.
If he had a deity that he's worshipping and the report, you know, showed that, you know, that this was the case, they should have reported it as such. What we heard in the first headline I took was that a Bado shrine, and that the Bale didn't have any knowledge of the existence of that Bado in the forest and an undeveloped area in Ikorodu, which would suggest that, you know, he was doing something.
And he has sued the police.
So this is a defamation case. I think you should push it further so that, you know,
deter the police.
Deter and regulate the...
It's not illegal to worship a deity now.
Let's move on to... Governor is constructing a 10-lane airport road, 5-5 on both sides.
They've said it before.
Fantastic.
Starting next month. Just telling us.
Yeah, they've said it before. Let's just see it done.
No, it's going to get done.
Yeah, and it shouldn't get spoiled after 6 months.
Moving on now to Vanguard.
Yeah.
Malami Magu head for showdown over high-profile cases. Picture here of Malam Kashim, Imam, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and others visiting the Governor Aregbesol's mothers who died. They're paying a condolence visit. Those making marginalization charges want political appointments, says Osinbajo. FG approves 39.17 billion naira for supply of electricity meters to Gencos. Why leaders after me fail to improve power generation, says Obasanjo. IMF forecasts 0.8% economic growth for Nigeria. And Kanu to Osinbajo. Your view on Biafra agitation faulty and misconceived.
I took that Kanu story, and in a World Press Conference in Abuja yesterday, his lawyers, you know, were responding to the acting president's statements, and they were saying that Osinbajo's view about Biafra was patently, and I'm quoting, patently misconceived and inherently faulty, despite his rank as a senior advocate of Nigeria, that he does not understand their agitation. And quote, we are presently drifting into the narrative that Itodo kept our clients in unlawful incarceration for 18 months, in clear breach of positive orders of court that directed for his unconditional release. So they should not be making insightful
statements. But Osinbajo has said that, you know, what these agitators rather are saying when they are saying that give us our own, we are being marginalized, is really saying that in his own view that is I am marginalized, please appoint me. That a lot of them are looking for political appointments. That's why they are agitating for
which I think there are two different sects. There are those that are clamoring for, they're saying they're marginalized, and there's some saying, I want Biafra.
Secession.
Secession. So there are two different people I think he's talking to.
That's why I would have loved that, you know, kind of put his house in order. Wazirike right now has a different faction of this agitation for secession of Biafra. They should put their house together.
Okay, let's move on then to this day. IMF, Nigeria's economy remains challenging despite signs of relief. Energy-starved Nigeria plans to extend gas supply to Cote d'Ivoire. CBN moves closer to single exchange rate. You are appointment seekers, Osinbajo tells protesters of marginalization. High profits boost foreign refineries scramble for Nigerian crude.
My very honorable governor of Osun State, who lost his mom, our condolence and commiserations, sir. May her soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen. I was going to say I was disappointed you didn't remember. So the IMF is giving us a positive vibe that our we are going to slide out of recession, hopefully.
By 0.8%.
But
they also say don't get too excited because
But
it's not
0.8%.
it's not
They're
enough
also
to take us out of
cautioning.
unemployment.
But wait,
The CBN governor that to not spend out of budgetary allocations, that it allows for laxity in the economy, and you know this kind of things encourage some form of overspending that will lead us
So when will
back
the
into
price of
recession.
goods come down?
That one is remaining on the marketers, because even when price
Dollars
of
has come
purchasing
down, guys.
is down, they don't reduce the price of selling.
Dollars.
Or we can
come down.
take on front page review. It's Thursday, it's our gisting day. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, my producer forgot that I'm in a state of mourning. She now gave us this topic. I don't understand. And she said, why do people ever get over their ex? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. Ex obsession is an issue that affects a high portion of relationships. There is a notion that some lovers are easily forgotten, while some take just another second. Another school of thought believes that one can never get over their first love. However, a new research stated that 40% of women believe their ex still loves them. And 33% think their new partner is still in love with their own ex. So we ask you, do you ever reminisce about your ex? That's our conversation today. This topic is going to get us in trouble, people. Hashtag Your View TVC so you can read your tweets. Okay.
They never ask me these questions
just
when they
telling
are doing their research.
Okay, because-
they didn't come to me.
Okay,
Which
so-
women are giving these statistics for? Where my ex? Who is that?
Who is it?
Is it a he or a she?
Yeah, not
But
serious.
yeah, but really, this ex issue is, I think it was you that told me about Okafor's law. Somebody told me, I knew
we
about
had a
Okafor's law.
discussion on this
Okafor's.
set, and we agreed that Okafor's law is Okafor's law. It's a chemical theory that says that there's a chemical reaction.
Right.
Once they bear,
Always
they bear.
Right. Okay, so our conversation today is asking you ladies.
Yes.
Do you ever think about your
with
ex?
ladies plus you.
You?
I really, I swear, I'm wondering seriously. The only person that will think about the his or her ex is if you didn't consciously make a decision to move on, or you didn't find a better relationship.
Pause. Listen. Listen.
So may I answer the question?
So I told her to pause. Hang in there. Let me tell you. Let's be clear. All of us here love our husbands and our partners. We love them, no doubt. We know we've moved on.
Yes.
Everybody here has moved on.
But do you
Our
think-
conversation is, I'm not asking if you are thinking about. I'm just saying, let us take today to reminisce about the ex.
No.
What
That's
hap-
not the conversation.
Okay, let us remind ourselves what happened. If there's
I think
basis of
disagree.
comparison.
The question was,
Do you? Help me answer.
think about your
Nobody,
ex.
we don't. We all say
but
no.
honestly, I think that this concept of first love, I was extremely in love with my first love. As in the love, it was shocking me. Mommy beat shege out of my body. And I was saying, no way. The guy came to my house with his parents. He wants to marry me at 21. And I was ready for marriage. Until mommy now went to prayer. Lori Oketis. By the time she came back, the love went out of my eyes. Right now, for the benefit of hindsight, I'm like, if I actually had married him at that age, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm grateful that my mom took that process to go. A lot of times, what we think is our first love is actually just basic major infatuation that we misconstrue to be first love. So yeah, if I can think about my ex, but I think about it that I'm happy I was able to move on and I wasn't blinded by that rush of emotion.
You know what? When you mentioned this, okay, let me let Uwa go in.
Oh, okay. I think about my ex, because first of all, you need to understand that there are different dimensions to every relationship.
Right.
I mean, there are very, very good memories that you have of people. I think it is based on the circumstance to which that relationship even ended in the first place.
Right.
Yes.
Like for my ex, it was a very pure relationship, love relationship. There was nothing intimate about us. Until today, we are still very, very good friends. So
very, very good. Please
you know,
define what is very good.
no, we're very good friends, you know.
Friends.
You know, we're very good friends because there was no intimacy in the relationship,
Right,
you know.
right.
So I don't really think.
So Okafor's law cannot apply.
Okafor's law cannot apply, you know. So, but you see, when we talk about ex, there are different circumstances that make somebody an ex. For instance, if a man was, was married to a very, very caring, wonderful woman, and she probably died, do you understand? There is no way. Maybe the new wife is not meeting up to the standard of the previous wife that is late. There's no way that the man, certain things that would happen in the house, that he will not go back to those fond memories. I think circumstances. If you separated on a very terrible note, I'm sure anytime you remember him, you remember, you always reminisce on him, but it will be causes and.
All right, let me come to
Nima. I would
Nima.
not say that I qualify to call what I had the relationship, because there was no intimacy, like you said, and it was
but it's
almost,
still a relationship.
it was more than a long distance. It was just an expression of I want to marry you, okay, wait, that kind of thing. But we had a good friendship. We were friends, and the situation is that most times in marriage that I am now, when things go wrong between myself and the person, I'll be like, if that person was really my friend. Oh. Do you understand?
Right.
So that the truth is that when things are tough, you would get in that position, you just find yourself there wondering what it would have been like. And we remained good friends. That's the amazing thing, to the extent that I was involved in his marriage, the wedding. I was involved in I named his first child.
Wow.
Do you understand? He called me personally that I want to name her Nima.
Excuse
Do you
me.
want Nima? I said, no. Can I choose a name? I said, okay, any name you choose. And I chose Sahlan.
How sweet.
What is his wife doing?
That's a sweet
The
story,
wife
please.
is my friend today. That's the funny thing.
Mo kàn fẹ́
Calls
bẹ̀rẹ̀
me
ni
up
o.
when she has issues, she'll be like, okay, I've been trying to talk to him. I don't know this about him. Okay, can I talk to him?
How sweet.
That's
That's a very strange one.
You know why?
That's how
There
close.
was no intimacy between them. The wife can be comfortable.
Yes.
I told you yesterday that this discussion, when you call Uwa to come and talk about her ex, what is she going to say?
say.
Only one person, no intimacy. She married as a young girl. So there's nothing for her to say. It is Tope that has juice. But Jumoke has juice also.
Okay, but pause. Pause.
Let
Let me let Jumoke flow. Go ahead. Let me not disrupt.
I think about my exes all the time, but not with total indifference. You know why? There are just a few of them, but at each point when I was moving on, it was a terrible emotional breakdown for me.
Right.
It would take years sometimes, and I will hold on, not believing. You will think that you would die without this person, but eventually, when somebody else comes into the picture, that ex becomes like a total stranger on the street, to the extent I organize events. I'm able to host events for one of my exes, even work with another one of them without any emotional thoughts crossing my head. They are like total strangers that I met yesterday to me. Because you see, that process of moving on that takes so long, all the emotions eventually break down totally. I look at them now, I cannot even remember I had feelings for them ever before.
Murayo, I want to disagree with Jumoke when you mentioned what you just said. You see, for a woman, emotional ties are stronger than sex.
Intimacy.
Intimacy. Emotional ties are stronger. So it is dangerous for you to be emotionally connected to another person. Do you understand? So don't assume that because there was no intimacy with my ex doesn't mean that we don't have because it only takes a woman to be emotionally comfortable with another man, and she will just move on.
Okay, let me share my own.
We're talking about one ex, you know, so I told you about
we have exes.
They are exes.
I have one ex.
Because
Wait, I have to take this call. This call from Zamfara. Diola, are you there from Zamfara?
exes.
Magbara, thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
I'd like to say thank you all. You ladies are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Jumoke and Duwa and Tope, I like your contribution.
Thank you.
One David is always David like Jumoke.
Always David.
I'm a first caller.
Huh?
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show. He wants us to clap for you.
Okay.
I suppose that an ex-lover always be in someone's mind, but not that to supersede someone loves as in marriage.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
I agree with him. You were going to tell us your story. He said that he agrees that an ex-lover will always be in your mind, but not to supersede the person you're with presently or jeopardize your marriage.
My own thing, I have to give you an intro first.
Go ahead.
There is the Moriah that was born again in Nigeria. There's the Moriah that went unborn again
Berserk.
in the US,
Yes.
right? And after my accident,
She now repented.
and I repented and I
came
gave
back
my
to
life
God.
to Christ. So I'm going back to the berserk Moriah. So nobody should start calling me and say, Moriah, I'm really disappointed in you. So I'm going to that zone.
Yes.
Okay, so the berserk time.
Yes.
During that period, I will go. I think I've had about a few
Yes.
relationships, and there was this guy that was just. You see, what I liked about him is his spontaneity. He can call me up right now and say, Moriah, let's start going. Let's drive. We can drive to DC. We leave the house maybe 9 p.m. Get to DC like midnight. I mean, like those kind of spontaneous.
Adrenaline rush.
You're rushing to the club. You're partying.
You're a bad guy.
Yes, Niger, of course, Niger guy. Okay. You know, you
lives there.
party. You know, 4 a.m. next morning, you're up again. You're up to another. You're hanging out to breakfast somewhere else. That spontaneity is something I think about. Now I'm married and Mrs. It's just
And you're grounded.
Yeah, you're not grounded, but you have that. Well,
And it's
the
a routine kind
there's
of
a
thing.
routine. There's not that spark. You know, sometimes I think, man, there's this initial.
Are you a husband
but the truth
now?
is, my husband, please, my husband, get more, please.
But the truth is that same man in marriage could have been different.
True.
So
yes,
I always
very
tell people. I said I tell people that when I teach people about not having intimate relationship cutting across, I say because you don't want comparison in marriage, because you now have 3 or 4 people that you've been with intimately, and you now be running comparison. You don't need that in your life. It's not for you to be innocent and be working on that single person that you're married to, than having 4 people behind the scene that you're comparing.
Very true.
Let me take Smith. Smith, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm really enjoying your program, like seriously.
Thank you.
No. This is an interesting topic. Yeah, what to be sincere, like me here, I'm married, you understand? But I'm not going to paint it. I must be sincere about it, you understand? Even if I'm married, you understand, I have never for once, you understand, get over my ex till date.
Chai.
So I must be sincere about it, you understand? You understand? Let's forget about what happened, you understand? We didn't get married together, you understand? But tomorrow, the best of friends, I can't get over her.
Serious?
Did she break up with you?
Break up?
Did she break up with you, your ex?
I want to use the word break up, you understand? Just normal things that happen in relationship, you understand? Find you with another lady, you find her with another guy hanging and blah, blah. Issues up and down, you understand? You know what I'm talking about now. It's happening.
Yeah, I understand.
I understand. See, let me explain something to you guys. See, my ex, if I tell you that whether he has gotten over me, it's a big lie. I'm lying to you.
No, but that
And we
guy
are both
wasn't
married.
serious now.
You see, it wasn't serious, but let me tell you something. You see, friendship is so strong that
Is he married?
You know, yes, he's married. He has 2 children. I have 2 children too.
So you can't go near that place.
You know, he was crying. I cannot go, but I'm just telling you.
No, that supersedes the biological makeup
Honestly,
of a man and woman.
honestly, it took me a while, and let me explain something to you. That's
I'll
why.
let you explain
Okay.
after the break.
Okay, after the break. Right? Okay.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, who was completing her gist? Yes.
See, let me tell you something. My own ex, it was the grace of God that delivered me. Because, and there's where I want to draw an understanding for men that are married to women that had fantastic exes. Try as much as possible to build friendship, you know, with your wife. Yes, there's the part that you guys are husband and wife. It does not necessitate that you guys must be friends. Because anytime she sees anything like like this thing is not going well in the marriage, there is no way her mind will not rush back. And if by some stroke of luck that the ex is somewhere around, there is no way that something will not happen. Anyhow they are. I'm just saying, because you see, if you are going through because a woman deals with emotions. There was a time in my marriage I was going through emotional pain. It was the grace of God, and the fact that God also had delivered the ex, that he was, you know, because something would have happened.
If not, you would have.
If not, you understand?
Okafor's law would have applied.
Okafor's law would have over-applied.
Okay, let me talk. Okay, Badru, now come to talk with Badru, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good
Thanks
morning.
for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yes, you see, there are two things to this issue on ground.
Yes.
That is, remembering your ex.
Speak up a bit.
When you are not. Hello.
Yes, we can hear.
And remembering your ex when you are not married. Yes. And another, then remembering your ex when you are married. You understand what I'm trying to say? So there is this case when you are not married. Both of you are not married. You understand? You break up after some issues or so. So there is tendency for you, if the love was there.
True. Very true.
For both of you to remember each other.
Very true.
At times, people remember why they are even on bed. I'm sorry to use that word. While they are on bed, they remember the experience they got from the other partner. You understand? So it's very, very, very difficult.
Okay. Thank you very much, Badru.
Which was why I said that intimacy, reduce intimacy around, date, but when you have intimacy with a lot of people, by the time you get married, it's not the same, right. And then you will be running comparison. But my personal story, I had an ex that was a really, really like a gentleman. I was saying while we were on break that my ex used to tongue my hair. Like, he would tongue my hair and I'll have like a really nice bob. He would clean my nail, he would paint my nail. It was that sweet. You know, but
Nigerian.
Yes, it was Nigerian right here, you know, and it was really in love. Like when I broke up with him, he told me that I shouldn't see him. He didn't want to see, because he was in school and it was actually like a major exam. He was like, I don't want to see you. Don't even come. I'm like, let's be friends. Let's be kineko. He said, no, I don't want to see you for the next. I need to do my exam. I don't want you to. You're scratching my brain right now. It was that serious. But I had things I was looking for that I didn't have, which was majorly my business support, which was my husband is major business. So it wasn't the romantic one. So once in a while, if I needed, in the early stage of my marriage, before I trained my husband to be as romantic as I want him to be, I would feel that, if he was this guy,
he would have painted
my nail. But now, the thing is, I've groomed my husband to do those things for me as much as possible.
I know your husband doesn't paint your nails.
He can't hold my hair. So,
Yinka, are you there? Yinka,
I'm telling you.
hello, Yinka, are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Morning.
For me, it takes a discipline for you not to go back to your ex. Because you really have to be sincere to yourself first and don't pretend as if I'm okay, it can never happen, or I'm on top of the game.
Oh, you're born again.
When you feel that you're on top of the game, that is when you will find yourself at the bottom of the game. You really have to trust and say, okay, God, this is me, just help me. My experience, my first, that is my first boyfriend, just surfaced somewhere around the time when I was having issue in my marriage. And and I realized that the connection, the emotion was just like 100%. And we were talking about when we met, this and that. And at the end of the day, he traveled all the way from Ireland to come and see me.
Oh.
And I said that, God, look at me, just help me. If you do not help me, I will go to this guy and it will happen. Yes. Yes. And at the end of the day, you know what happened? He came into the country and we couldn't see. The day was coming to me, his vehicle broke down.
Yes.
God was involved.
His vehicle broke down. Like 2 or 3 times he tried. His vehicle broke down 3 times. He was telling me the truth. I wasn't believing him. I'd gone ahead to buy negligee, sexy one.
Hey, Jehovah, devil.
At the end of the day, we fought. And he went back and I couldn't see him. And that desire just went dead.
Glory to God.
Hallelujah.
We've even stopped talking. That was after it happened. I now realized that God, is this the way you answer prayer?
Yes, so
thank you very much, Yinka.
now let me just say quickly that Yinka, the devil wanted to dance Atlanta inside your marriage. But God is faithful. He came and dismantled his leg. 3 times his car broke down. I wanted to take a few tweets because we have a lot of them. Ugochi Usofa says, Jumi, your facial expression towards Tokwe while she was speaking shows so much empathy. You must have a soft heart. Thelma Lagos says, I got over my ex very quickly because I got hooked to someone very amazing and fun. So I don't miss him. Ayodeji says, marriage will never be smooth all through. Does that mean you'd always go back fantasizing about your ex? Let your ex remain in the past. Joe Kwandu says, this topic is exposing lots of hidden thoughts. Hope someone's husband won't be jealous.
Mutazi Mickey Yusu says, I praise the ladies of Your View for their no-holds-barred viewpoints on this sentimental ex issue.
So far, Goodson says, the Okafor law of Congo dynamics is real.
But I want to say
Let me
something.
quickly finish that. We can't deny it unless we don't want to be sincere.
The lady mentioned that it takes a lot of discipline, and I say that it takes discipline to love. It takes discipline. You make a decision in marriage that I am going to remain committed to this marriage. I'm going to make it work. It takes discipline. It takes commitment, and it takes you to stick to your decision.
Okay, so let us switch it now.
Yes.
In a situation whereby, as a wife,
yes,
you are worried about your husband thinking and reminiscing about his ex.
Like Smith's wife.
Like Smith's wife. Because, but let me take this call.
Hey.
Morning, are you there?
Hi.
Hello, good morning.
Mr. Adegboyega, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good morning to you all.
Morning.
Yes, let's just be realistic with ourselves. It's the circumstances that surround your breakup that determine the feelings that you're feeling towards that relationship.
Yeah.
And again, let me say this. If your ex is inactive or a dormant, that is only when you will never have anything to do with him again after you become married. If he is not active, you won't have anything to recall back from him. But if he is, your leg might not move back to her or him, or your mind and memory will always go back to that side.
Very true. Thank you very much, Adegboyega. Nima,
that twist you were talking about, I've always wondered, because my husband made me saying, I love you the way you are, you're outspoken, you know, I'm not the kind of woman that is, please, you know. All of a sudden, be like, can you just approach me subtly? And I know everything about the ex. The long hair, very long haired, very, you know, submissive. Gentle. She'll be like extremely submissive. In fact, she wants to stool. Please, can I stool? All of a sudden, you'll be like, can you guys...
Okay, where's that coming
your
from?
Mind? you know I'm totally different from her. Wow, exact opposites. And then we have issues, and you keep telling me to do things that... Do things my way. Me, I'm the package. I'm always thinking that,
you mentioned that
he didn't leave that.
The guy that I really, one of the guys I used to like back then, what I liked most about him was the fact that he treated me almost like a child. He had that, you know, that small, like he was a bit older. It was like, I think it was like 9 years older than me. So he always made me feel like his baby, like his baby. My husband respects me so much. My husband sees me as
a strong
woman. Like, you know, you got this. And I'm wondering sometimes I just want that.
I'm a baby.
We have that issue.
We're
constantly
directly
opposites.
I'm a strong woman. Anyone who knows me knows that.
Right.
And they want me to be a little softer. Can you just ask me, can I help you with your car? Why? My mechanic's got that.
Are you there? Morning. Olawale, are you there?
I'm here.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please. Join the conversation.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Well, good morning. I want to give my speciality.
Yes.
Always take my every now and then. Don't pretend. Very real.
Thank you.
So that's why I expect like all because of this morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
So going back to
we have one question.
Yes.
So in my thoughts, when I met my husband, he had someone that was coming from Benin to do homekeeping.
Jesus.
As per, I want to marry this guy, come to the house, clean, wash, do all that. I was wondering, like, this isn't me. and it's still not really me right now. I have a maid, and I said, so when those situations come up and it's like, oh, what did you do this homekeeping thing is part of a woman's job, I'll be like, honestly, it was never me. And it flashes in my head, and maybe you would think of that person. There's no way it will not occur to you that your husband might flash back. Just the same way it would occur to him that you will flash back. I think it should keep us on our toes in marriage, that we do everything to ensure that we make it work and make our partners happy.
We have tweets. Sijo Ade says there are amicable breakups. I am in a good friendship with a couple of exes, and we respect boundaries. Heart says, I always remembered my ex of 200 level for 5 years until I met Brecis. Brecis has come to vanquish all.
Thank God for Brecis. Sorry.
Maybe it's a new wife. Then PJ Comedy says, my exes are a part of my history. If they weren't there, I wouldn't be here. Yes. I remember, but it helps me build my marriage.
Gosh says, I never had a bad breakup with any of my exes, so we might rekindle the fire. Human nature aren't to be trusted.
Mr. PJ Comedian says, TMO speaks that, so my wife said they groom me too. Oh, very well done. It's very necessary to move this ministry forward.
One of my exes actually married somebody who was exactly like me. She thinks my twin sister. And when he was married, I said, I found somebody like you.
Let me tell you that too.
He told me that I met somebody like you. And when I saw this girl, oh my goodness, but they look alike in every way.
This thing you just said.
And yeah, go ahead.
What you just said reminds me, he was never my ex. He just had a crush on me.
Right.
And at the end of the day, when I met him about 4 or 5 years ago, he married to the point that the girl's name too is Uwa. The crush was so strong. I said, but you never told me.
So this guy in particular has deliberately done everything not to come in contact with me. I mean,
that's the discipline.
He did everything till today.
That's the
discipline. He doesn't come near me. He lives all the way far after Lekki, and he's intentional about it. I mean, so his wife is, and I see the wife sometimes, and we greet each other, but the guy has done everything just to, doesn't come back.
That's the discipline, that's the intention about it. So when we come back, because I know we'll take a break soon, we'll talk about how do we advise women who know that their husband is thinking about the other woman, and if you are thinking about it, what would you do in that situation?
So Tokwe will give us those answers when we come back. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're going to start looking into solutions, right?
Yes. Dealing with it.
I realized, and I think back all the time, that all my exes eventually come back. You know, all of them. So when you are chasing after them because you think you're distraught, you're going to die without them, they take you for granted. But once you move on, then they realize, this girl who used to clean my place, who used to organize my life, who was friendly and nice and did all of this for me, they miss it and then come back. But at that time, you've moved on. So what people need to do, I'm talking to single people who you're holding on to somebody, is make sure that that emotional process of breaking down and crying and everything
is thorough.
Do it well. Don't let anyone tell you get over it. No, when it's thorough, and I'm saying this from experience, when it is thorough, you look at the person the next time and they're just another human being. But I'm not going to take away the place of God, though.
Yes.
In those crying moments, I cried to God. Right. And it always made sure that every time I moved on, I moved on to someone better.
Let me take this call from Maiduguri. Taiwo, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good morning to you.
Morning.
I'm Welcome
to the show.
Thank you very much. People are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
We have actually said it all. I think I totally agree with that. The issue is that we want to get for God, but for him or her to be but no.
Taiwo, it's hard to hear you. Line is breaking, Taiwo. I'm so sorry about that.
So back to in terms of giving advice, I think that we should realize that you cannot cry over spilled milk. You've made a decision. Or whether it wasn't your decision, the person has made a decision. Move on. It's over. And we should get into our head that it is over.
Yeah.
And when you realize that, if you're already married, try to make the best of what you're going through. So what Smith is doing is terrible for him. It will make him enjoy his marriage, and he'll keep lusting over what is gone. So when you find yourself in that relationship that you don't desire, groom your partner. That is why they say the principal made an analysis of bridegroom. So your bride, you groom your bride. You groom each other. You build each other up, so that at the end of the day, as you grow older, you get more into each other and you forget that person. And also, too, it's a decision you make that I have gone from this person. I'm not going back there, even as much as it looks good.
And if your
I won't go back there.
If your ex is
I disagree.
I disagree. If your ex is coming around you, just look at
cut it off, Morayo. Cut off. Block the number. Block on Facebook. I blocked on Facebook. I blocked phone number. I blocked everything because it was a decision you need to make.
Right. By the time I had moved on, I didn't even need to block anybody. They have my number. They have my contact. You're another human being.
Exactly.
You know where I was even disagreeing with her by saying that grooming somebody. Right. You don't make me be like your ex. You can't come and groom me and say that this is what my ex used to do for me.
Make it work.
Thank you. Let me take this call from Owolabi, I believe.
Hello, good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Every time caller.
Go ahead.
People have already said it up. From Morayo to Alaja. This topic, I think, I wouldn't have forgiven myself if I have missed this episode for today.
Right.
Like, I'm jotting some certain things down because I have a bad experience about, I don't have exes, I have ex. And sometimes you have to picture so many things into your brain, like, your ex this, your ex that. So I'm learning something today, like, you have to take away things. Move on with anybody. Don't pick your exes in any situation in life.
Idolize
Just
them.
move on that this happened and it has happened. It's part of your past, and you have your pen within you to write your picture for you. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Let's take more tweets, please.
PJ Comedian says, I believe in faith. They are your exes because you are not destined to be. Thinking and trying to be in contact means contrary. Walter Ogen says, Okafor's law, funny but real. La Bowonle says, let's not lie to ourselves. We would once in a while have some thoughts about our exes. Mblanda says, please post the phone number. Thelma Lagos says, I agree with Jumoke. Your ex belongs in your past. So missing him shouldn't happen when you have an amazing man in your presence.
Right. Thank you for that tweet. I think, you really cannot get over the fact that you have to think about exes sometimes. What we should focus on is building stronger emotional ties with whoever we are currently with. Because it helps. You know, once you're emotionally involved in with someone, I am sure that every memory of that ex goes to it will just fade away naturally. You don't have to, and I don't believe in grooming somebody to look like someone.
God bless you.
Groom them to be the best that they can
Allow
be.
them to be who they are.
Yes, and appreciate who they are. And accept them the way they are.
And identify that which you like most about your partner. And
trust me, Morayo, for your own case that you like the adrenaline rush and all that, you can do that with your girlfriends. You can go and get crazy friends that we can go around and hang around with.
It's not
you can. It might not be the same, but I'm saying that you can look for other means.
Like in Yinka's case, because you are going through a difficult time in your marriage, and you know that temptation, the devil will now come and dance and it's always possible that it happens because we are human, we're emotional. That is when you need to be more disciplined, like she said. You need to put your house together. Count your blessings where you are.
Adeleye Michael. Adeleye Michael says, my ex broke up with me after financing her university education just because I had no job at that time. Now, you see this particular Adeleye now, he can never forget that ex. He will always remember that.
I think that a lot of people go back to that because you idolize them. You're not seeing the entire picture. You're seeing a part of them that you really love. When you live with them, you realize that they're not perfect. Appreciate your partner for what your partner has. Your partner is unique. It's not everything. The grooming is important. My husband is doing things now that he didn't used to do in the early part of our marriage. And it's because I made him understand those things are important for
you,
me.
That's what we're saying the same thing.
When you say don't groom, I'll make him into a picture.
Don't make him look like your ex.
No, I'm saying.
Say, come on, start talking my ex.
You got the point. We're all saying the same thing. Let's take Etim. Etim, are you there?
I'm still here. Good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please, very quickly. Go ahead, you're live. Etim? Okay, I think we lost that call.
Somebody's trying to reach us on from Cameroon. Sorry about that.
Ayodeji Salami says it's normal to remember your ex once in a while. Not going back is key. Namdi says, when I met my ex, I was very inexperienced. She taught me a lot about everything. We don't talk sha because something will happen. Ikujumi says, it depends on how good and caring they were to each other that makes the memory stay or not.
Brian, somebody's asking a very critical question. That's from Junaya Joy. She says, please, how do we build stronger emotional ties with someone we are currently with right now? I think that should be another topic for another day, because it's actually a very broad topic, yes.
Yeah. So for me, you're right.
And some of us are trying to forget some serious bad exes that your mother had to go to Oriyoke to goodness me. There was one that is like, but there was my mom's sister. The first day my mother's sister went to Superman, I said, and I'm wondering, I like the guy, you know, I had the TDH factor. This one is not your husband. Say every time she saw the guy, she was so irritated.
I don't know how they always know this.
I don't know,
but they just take one look at the same.
And then,
you know, age and
sometimes
experience.
they are right. Sometimes they are
right. What I know that works for everyone is God. You see that God factor, because we are emotionally connected to God, right? So when you are emotionally connected to someone else and he's trying to take the place of God, in that you think that I'm going to die without this person, when you now go to God, the author of even your emotions, he corrects it and rearranges.
To align with her story, when I had issues with my ex at that time, you know, I had 6 months break and I actually drew closer to God, and every other thing just fell in line.
Okay, I think we can end with that. So in all this matter, remember God. Please, nobody should call me, because I told you it was my bizarre time. I'm now born again. I've forgotten my ex. Have a lovely day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.